Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where for some reason the Incans decided they didn't like being ruled by us. I can't figure out why. Maybe it was the fact that, we conquered them and then annexed them. No, that couldn't be it. That definitely couldn't be it. At any rate, we're going to reconquer them. It's not going to be a problem. This is already over. We don't need to do anything at all about it. What we do need to do something about is this deficit, and we're currently building munitions plants and a railway. Yeah, we definitely need to do something about it. Let's see what our economy looks like after we get these guys back under our control. Ah, new national hero. Sure. We'll proclaim a national hero. Maybe that will help us integrate the Brazilian nation. Actually, yes, we can integrate the Solistas. Done. Absolutely done. What a lively discussion. And the integration has indeed happened. Excellent. So they are now all Brazilian. The only thing we have left to do here is integrate the Paulistas. And for that, we need a national hero that is Paulista or the River of Coffee entry to be completed. We're going to pursue the River of Coffee route, but if the other happens, great. We'll see. So the Incan uprising is, of course, occurring here, and we are going to crush the Incan uprising secession. I don't know that we want to press this. So I think New Granada is going to get this territory. Did they secede from New Granada? I feel like they did. I don't think we ever held territory up there, so that should be fine. So minus 5k right now. So we've got this railway going, but we're building barracks, and we probably don't want to build barracks right now. So, actually, I'm interested in checking here. If we go into the rank tab, can we look at their naval power projection from here and see how far we need to go? That'd be a really nice thing to know. Apparently not there. It's not in the ledger. So that's exciting. I guess we could look at everybody above us here, because we're currently rank 14, right? So we could look at, say, Java, and be like, what do they have for their naval power projection? The answer is 582. That seems like a decent target for us. So that seems fine. In our national armada here, this is still going up. So recruitment is a thing. Military wages are currently even. Yeah, that's fine. So we're definitely still working on getting that brought up. And to that end, it's going to go up by... It's at 20 right now. It's going to go up to 30. So it's going to go up by 50%. So we're expecting it to go to, like, just below 500. Okay. We don't have any support vessels that we can do. Let's bring this from 20 to 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's bring our man-o'-wars to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. And I'm putting these at the top of the list, but we're going to do this railway first. Okay. So there we go. That is underway. So they capitulate. That is absolutely expected. And at this point, democratic solidarity. 30% momentum gets added to the Liberal Republican Party, which would be really nice, actually. Currently sitting at 86% of the vote. Beautiful. That is absolutely wonderful. So, to that end, we definitely need to work a bit on our economy, but we also need to work on our navy. We have a clock on that. Wait, we count for this now. Okay, so we're not going to build any more navy over what we have queued. Sounds good. This should be enough to hopefully have this fill up. So that'll be good. And we'll continue to work on, like, tech and stuff, too. But we'll get through this naval base pretty quickly. I do want to, I think, get some coffee plantations in there. We know there were, like, 15, right? So let's do plus 15 here in Minas Gerais. That's 16. Let's do 15. There we go. And yes, we know that this is going to damage the price of coffee, but that's fine. So we're going to want to bring up somewhere around that number of naval bases, and then bring that one up to the top, and then this one up to here. There we go, something like that. Then this coffee plantation goes up top, and we're just going to intersperse these coffee plantations. Again, I really, really wish that we could drag and drop. That would be nice. But alas, we cannot do that. So we'll just have to do something like this. And then there's apparently a naval bases down here too. Yeah, that's fine. We can bring this one up to about here. And then we can move this one up. This is very tedious to do this. I'm probably not going to do all of these right now. We'll call this good for the moment. And we'll get the rest sorted out as we get some of these finished. So that's fine. We'll continue to boost up our naval power projection. But the most important thing right now is that we get the coffee plantations being built. We can build gold mines. These are going to be in Bolivia, and for now, that's fine. Now, this is going up exclusively due to this timed modifier because we annexed another subject. So the question is, when does that go away? 18 months? Okay, so in 18 months, where will they be at? They will probably be at full Liberty Desire in 18 months. Okay, so what else can we work on here? Well, we might be able to cut their payments. No, we cannot. We could support their regime temporarily. And that's what we're going to do. That'll hurt our legitimacy, but our legitimacy is 100. So for the moment, we'll stay at a righteous government. Actually, our legitimacy is still maxed. We were well over max, apparently. So that sounds good. We're now going to be dropping the Liberty Desire of Bolivia in theory. Still going up by plus 0.01. Huh. That's interesting. Why would it still be going up by... Why would that not have changed it? We just cut this malice in half. But the change rate scaling from High Liberty Desire offset it. That's weird. Okay. I don't really have an answer to that, but we'll keep an eye on this situation. We, of course, need to do something about this deficit. Our interest payments aren't that bad, but we would definitely prefer not to be paying them. So we'll look to get ourselves a very small surplus. Of course, these naval bases are not helping matters in that regard, right? So that is, of course, a bit of a problem. We'll continue to move up these coffee plantations, and reinforced concrete is going to be finishing here shortly. Are we still interested in going for ironclads after? I'm going to say no, since we currently qualify. So I think instead we should probably consider going for something like steel frame buildings to construct faster. That's going to be really, really rough on our economy. No doubt about that. I want to check in on our company situation here. So 0 prosperity on our gold combines and 0 prosperity on our plantation society at this moment. Okay. That's understood. We'll, in theory, get there. Oh, we need to incorporate these states again? Sure. So we'll get those going. That'll be fine. We're still positive in our bureaucracy, and we have some transportation shortages that we should absolutely be working on. So Brazilian Pastaza in Cajamarca and in Ica. Okay. So we'll build a railway in all of those locations. So Brazilian Pastaza, Cajamarca, and Ica. And we're not necessarily going to want these to be built like this. I'm going to build a railway after, like, every naval base that we get done here. So I'm going to put this one down here. I'm going to put this one down to here. And then this railway is going to go down to about here. Yes, I'm aware that this is kind of weird, but it's fine. So we're going to be further negative now that we've gotten reinforced concrete in theory. Although this looks to have brought us positive. I'm not sure that's real. Yeah, that's not real. That's what I expected. The Krakatoa eruption is going to time out in 14 weeks. That is very good for us. And of course, we're working towards becoming the lead producer of coffee, and we're working towards 125 levels of plantation buildings. That will all be something that will get done eventually. We've got a lot of coffee plantations to make yet. Okay, so our railway here is being worked on. It's not too bad of construction efficiency in these regions. So actually, Brazilian Pastaza is pretty bad. Why is that? Where is Brazilian Pastaza? Here. Turmoil is pretty rough, but the real problem here, I suspect, is Amazon rainforest. Yeah, okay. So that is absolutely noted. We can drop this somewhat through turmoil, but we've got 18 years on this incorporation. That will get better. So that's noted. What are we currently working on with decrees? We have no violent suppressions, and we can't put one in? Okay, that's fine. So that is absolutely understood. Our law enforcement investment has gone up to level 5. That is excellent. And the Metropolitan Police have now been finished. So do we want our servicemen to become more loyalist, or do we want minus radicals from standard of living decreases? We're going to take that. That'll be fine. So that looks good. Our coffee plantation in Minas Gerais is going to be done in 1 week. That is fine. And how are we doing right now on our pop growth? 0.63? It's not phenomenal. Okay, I feel like our pop growth is needing some help. Oh, we should definitely do production method resets. There we go. That's going to create some problems in Inca, probably. But we'll see what that ends up creating. So these transportation shortages absolutely do need to get dealt with. We're working on 2 railways right now, so that will be absolutely fine. And that coffee plantation, it's not being worked on due to the reduction of construction efficiency in these 2 areas, but it seems okay. I'm not too concerned about that one. Okay, so this looks good for the time being. Bolivia is still going up a little bit. France wants a trade agreement, and I accept that. That seems fine. I'm interested in having additional places to export coffee to because we know that we are oversaturating our coffee market. So that seems pretty decent. Where is coffee in here? Here it is. So yeah, we can see here we're at minus 47%. We're oversaturating our coffee market. So a coffee export, and in fact, we may want to set one up. A coffee export route would be great. So we could export that to the French market and to the American market. Cool. We'll get going on that. That will hopefully end up raising the price of coffee somewhat. So we can see here, it is raising a little bit. Cool. Because we're going to need a lot of places to sell our coffee. No doubt about that. So that is fine. We're going to get these railways done soon enough. Now, what are we spending our money on? Mostly, honestly, subsidies and interest. And, I mean, government wages, but subsidies and interests are a big part of it. A lot of our railways are currently subsidized, and the question is, if we were to unsubsidize some of these railways, would they be profitable? We need to go into here. Okay, so we can see that this is at 0.0. So currently all of these are subsidized. Indeed. Indeed they are. So this is currently going up in cash reserves. It is positive productivity. So this one could maybe be unsubsidized. But most of these are going to remain subsidized. This one could be unsubsidized. This one can definitely be unsubsidized. Okay, so we're going to have to check when we have shortages and the like. Oh yeah, we can unsubsidize a number of these. We'll have to check when we have shortages if it's subsidized or not, so we'll have to remember that. But a number of these can indeed be unsubsidized, and that will hopefully save us a decent amount. Yeah, that's about 3,000, and they should still be profitable on their own. So that seems reasonably good. And minus 24K now? Well, it's not subsidies. It's probably due to our construction, because we're only building... Yeah, we're finishing up this tobacco plantation in La Paz, so that's why that went down. Okay, beautiful. That should be fine. We need another investment pool to get a private construction going, so for now, this will be relatively okay. We could consider raising our taxes up to here. I'm going to do that because we're in kind of a dire financial position here. We need to dial this back a little bit. I think that's very clear. I'm going to drop our military wages to... am I going to? I don't know that I'm going to, actually. Yeah, I think we'll avoid that for now. So luxury furniture isn't making us very much. Hypothetically, we could go for luxury clothes. That would be a lot better than our luxury furniture consumption tax. I'm going to remove that, and we're going to switch it over to luxury clothes. Do we have any other significant upgrades here? Glass would be plus 800. Okay, so we are at the best we can get for consumption taxes now. And that puts our deficit at minus 5,000. Okay. Rifling has been unlocked. That gives us that production method for arms industries. Let's hop on over to that. So arms industries is right here, and we'll go to rifles. Yes, I know we'll have low productivity. We'll keep an eye on what that will mean. Okay, so we have a transportation shortage in Bahia right now. Is this due to unsubsidizing the railway? I don't think so. I think that we should expand this railway. So we'll get going on that. That seems okay. We've got one in Mato Grosso. And this one just needs to hire in. It's not hiring. This is probably due to its lack of subsidies. They recently failed to hire employees. Okay. So it's basically just Mato Grosso here. And then if we check at Bahia, yeah, this is holding relatively firm here. So that seems reasonably fine. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in Mato Grosso. We can take a look here. 21.5k peasants. So this might be an education issue. It looks like they're hiring now. I don't think we need to build anything here in Mato Grosso. So this should get handled, this transportation shortage here. So that's not that big of a concern. We'll just work on the existing railways. Cool. So this railway will finish up eventually. I want to get this coffee plantation here and then here. That seems fine. And then, of course, there's still these naval bases here. So I'm going to move this up to the next page here. And then we can intersperse these guys here, 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 and here, like that. And that should be good. Fantastic. So, coffee's coffers, huh? So, standard of living for the middle and upper strata, up infrastructure in Minas Gerais. Or plantation tax income. We need the money. So we're going to grab more plantation tax income. That'll be fine. We absolutely need to get this deficit turned around. We've got a lot of debt right now, and we're pretty close to getting it turned around so that we're just ever so slightly making money. We don't need to make tons and tons of money. We want to reinvest our money, but we want to just slowly pay down our debt, is the idea. Of course, the naval bases aren't really going to help with that, but we want to keep our power projection fairly high here, and that will be absolutely okay to do. So that looks good. If we check in on Bolivia here, they're now at a Liberty Desire of 97. Minus 0.05 from change rate scaling from high Liberty Desire. Okay. How long on this? 3 months. So we should be fine here. We're going to be getting rid of that plus 0.2 malice very shortly, and so this should, in theory, be starting to go negative. In theory. So no home affairs from the students, huh? They ought to focus on their studies. Okay. So we're going to finish up our railway in Cajamarca very soon, as well as in Bahia. Both of those are going to finish. We only have a transportation shortage right now in Cajamarca. So I'm actually thinking about maybe canceling this railway in Brazilian Pastaza. It's not going to be great in terms of time to build. And if we don't have a transportation shortage here, then I don't think it really matters. Yeah, we'll cancel that. We'll rebuild it if we get a shortage. And over here in Bahia, I'm a little surprised that we don't have a shortage here. We can definitely drop the transportation price with another level, so that'll be okay. This coffee plantation is 6 weeks away from finishing. That's beautiful. We're positive right now. I think that's fake. Yes, that was indeed fake. Cool. So standard of living is, of course, an issue, and Brazilian Pastaza and Cajamarca both have low market access. So really, we should build a railway up here due to the market access issue. And if we check here, this railway will start hiring in and will boost the market access somewhat. So that'll be a good thing to do. We do need to get that done. Standard of living is a problem. We're going to bring up our standard of living. But for now, this is the best we can do, so that's okay. So, minus authority, huh? Interest group approval from the intelligentsia or the petite bourgeoisie. The intelligentsia are really happy with us, so we're going to do that. That'll be fine. Is this really positive? I don't think so. It's close, though. Okay. Sounds good. So we are starting work on our Brazilian Pastaza construction here. This is going to be slow and inefficient. We've got minus construction efficiency in Brazilian Pastaza, and actually that seems to be going up. It went down that week. Okay. Well, it's going to be quite slow, indeed. Quite slow. So that's fine. I mean, I would very much like to do something about this. I'd like to put in an edict on this to drop the turmoil, or to drop the effects of the turmoil anyway. But unfortunately for us, that's not really a great option. I do see this explosives factory going into Lima, and I guess that's okay. Why not? Let's bring these coffee plantations up just a smidge. It looks like there was a small mistake in this. That is fine. So this coffee plantation would move up to here, and then this one would go here, and then this one would go here. Okay, that seems fine. So we're continuing to build these naval bases, and that is definitely slowing down our surplus growth, but for the moment, I think this is reasonably fine. I do want to continue to boost up our naval power projection, and so this should be okay. After all, there's a clock on this. We got to get this done as soon as possible, and it's a clock on both directions, right? So we want it to be ticking at all times. I'm not going to build more naval bases beyond this unless we run into issues with Brazilian naval power, but for the time being, this should be sufficient for now anyway. So let's check in on the price of coffee. How is that doing? Minus 42%. Ah, we can export some coffee to the Ottoman aristocratic revolt. Do it. That actually puts us positive financially. No, that was fake. Okay. Well, it would be good to be positive financially. No doubt about it. We don't have a huge amount of credit at this point, but these interest payments are dialing up. You can see our bonus expired there. Movement to enact no home affairs, huh? Can we not? Local organizing efforts, rather. Okay. Yeah, this is not that big of a deal. I'm going to ignore the no home affairs. Is there a law change that we want to do, though? We're on mercantilism right now. Going to protectionism is probably not necessarily amazing for us at this moment. Industrialists would oppose it, but we could get it passed if we really wanted to. Okay. So, for no priority tariffs, this would boost up our tariff on exports, which would probably make us some money. Yeah, 220. It wouldn't be significant. We've also got agrarianism that we could take to interventionism, and I don't know if we actually want to do that. Government dividends reinvestment, 50%. 30% government dividends efficiency. Yeah, I think we're better off to be on agrarianism for right now. We can't go anywhere in our citizenship laws. We're on freedom of conscience right now. We could go to total separation, which is maybe not the worst thing in the world. The Catholics would be unhappy, but I mean, that's normal. The Catholics are very normally unhappy. We are on censorship right now. We could go to right of assembly. However, there would be a lot of people that would oppose that. So I think for the time being, maybe we shouldn't do any major law changes. Maybe we should just chill. Okay. Now, I'm assuming our government is still really, really solid. 88. I missed our reform, and we could get it up to 90. I'm wondering right now. Dropping by 0.15. Okay, so we should be able to stop our regime support here, boost our legitimacy back up. And okay, so they are currently at 99, but they're going to drop down on a weekly basis. Cool. It's going to take a while for that to go anywhere, but that's understood. The reason why I wanted to do that is I wanted to put us back up in righteous government so that can help counteract some of our radicalism, because that definitely needs to happen. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to finish up these coffee plantations and naval bases. That project should be completed next episode for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.